Acosta.
Yes, here.
Councilman Franceschini.
Here.
Councilman Spinelli. Here. Councilman Vargas.
Here.
Dr. Arthur.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
One nation, under God.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act has been given on December 13, 2022 by the city clerk in the following manner. Posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, providing written notice to the offices of the Daily Journal and the Press of Atlantic City, and filing written notice in the office of the city clerk of the city of Vineland.
And at this time,
Minutes.
needs a motion to approve the minutes, that 2023 minutes of the pre-meeting conference and regular meeting of July 11th and the work session of July 18th.
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion from council on this motion? None?
Councilman Acosta.
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini.
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli.
Yes.
Councilman Vargas.
Yes.
Dr. Arthur.
Yes.
We'll open up the public comment portion of the meeting. Public comment provides an opportunity for members of the public to inform the governing body about their views. The governing body prescribes to City Council's bylaws and New Jersey statutes on open public meetings when engaging during public comment. As such, each individual shall have a 5-minute time limit to comment, cannot yield time to another individual, may only approach the podium once during public comment for any one topic. Vulgar, offensive language is prohibited, and City Council will not engage in dialogue with the public during this time. The governing body maintains model courtesy, respect, and requires the members of the public to do the same.
And at this time, is there anyone in the public who wishes to be heard? Please come to the podium, state your name.
My name is Derek Tribbett. I just wanted to say thank you, City Council, for hearing our proposal on the recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And thanks for having Mr. Porter's African American Experience classes to participate in this. And then a little quote from him. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or the darkness of destructive selfishness. This is the judgment. This is the judgment. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?
Isabel Myers, and I just want to say thank you to the City Council. What?
Your name?
Got cut off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Isabel Myers. Thank you to the City Council for hearing our proposal on this recognition to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And thanks for having Mr. Porter's African American Experience classes here as well. A quote from him is, "As long as there's poverty in the world, I can never be rich, even if I have $1 billion. As long as diseases are rampant and millions of people in this world cannot expect to live more than 28 or 30 years, I can never be totally healthy, even if I just got a good checkup at Mayo Clinic. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the way our world is made. No individual or nation can stand out boasting of being independent. We are independent."
All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Quashawn Dixon. How's everybody doing today? All right, anyway, I just wanted to come up here and thank you, City Council, for hearing our proposal on the recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King, and thanks for having Mr. Porter's African American experience classes participate in this. Let me find my. All right, here we go. All right, and a quote from him is, when the individual is no longer a true participant, when he no longer feels a sense of responsibility to his society, the content of democracy is empty. When culture is degraded and vulgarity is enthroned, when the social system does not build security but induces peril, I don't know how to say this word, inexorably, the individual is impelled to pull away from a soulless society. The process produces alienation, perhaps the most pervasive and insidious development in contemporary society. Yes.
I'm a little shorter. Good evening, everyone. City Council, thank you for this opportunity. Mr. Porter, students, thank you for this undertaking. It's well overdue. I stand before you, Marcia Duncans, the First Lady of Shiloh Baptist Church, where the pastor is Reverend Dr. James A. Duncans. We want to thank you for this awesome step for our community and the inclusiveness of an entire community. I have a quote from Dr. King, not a real famous quote, but one I think that speaks to his very existence. Faith is the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Thank you so much.
Giving thanks to God, the maker of my life. My name is Albert Porter, and I just want to thank council for the support that you have exhibited for this particular Dr. Martin Luther King Way that is long overdue, as some may say. Dr. King was a man that we all should keep in the forefront of our minds. My students were given a task to come up with something or someone to do something historical in this city, per se. And the two classes, they went round and round, and these four spent a lot of time in the hallway talking and running things past me. And I left them to make that final determination. They really wanted Landis Avenue. And but that was their choice, and they finally decided to do the historical street. That's a historical street. We have the Carl B. Arthur Recreation Center on that block. We have the Sam Clark's Park on that block. We have, you can just go on with the pool and other things on that block. We had the church, Mount Pisgah Church on that block. So when they looked at it and saying about the Dr. Martin Luther King Way, and got suggestions from Dr. Arthur and Councilman Vargas and others on this dais, it was like a no-brainer per se. So we just thank council for just hearing what the kids had to say. And believe me, they beat me up daily about other things. And I have to hear what they have to say because they're serious, man. Those four represent 60 more kids in African-American experience class, and they are serious, all right? And it's not just, and they'll tell you, it's not just fun. I make them think outside the box. Our prosecutor, I think she's here, Jennifer has been to our class and spoke many times, talk about her personal experience and things, which resonates with these kids too. So I just want to thank you on behalf of, yes, the King family in Atlanta, but yes, the families in this area here, for you taking the time just to consider it. And we're waiting for the vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kathy Williamson. I've lived on Plum Street for 40 years. So it's an honor, and I thank the children, the students. I'm not gonna call y'all children because y'all young adults, but I thank y'all for even thinking about it and then coming and researching it and then doing it. I'm a member of Mount Pisgah Church. Like I said, I've been living on Plum Street for 40 years. Most of y'all know where I'm at. I'm the blue house with the brown ramp. I'm next to the pool. I go monitor the pool. I'm over at the Sam Clark Park, and I'm also at the recreational center. But I just want to say to you all that it's a joy, and I can't wait to say I live on MLK Way. So thank y'all so much.
Greetings. My name is Jennifer Webb McCrae. I'm a proud resident of the city of Vineland and a graduate of Vineland High School. I would like to thank the board for consideration of MLK Way in the city of Vineland. I can't tell you how that impacts the African American community to see that you are acknowledging one of our historical characters, one of the most valued characters in American history for nonviolent protest as well as social justice. To know that the street that I spent a great deal of my childhood on at Mount Pisgah Church, which happens to be 165 years old, probably one of the oldest churches in the county, not only the city of Vineland, and to know that it's going to be right on the park where Mr. Sam Clark just labored in the vineyard for African Americans in this community means so much to this community. So I thank the leadership of Dr. Arthur, all of the council for consideration of this very important, symbolic measure for African Americans in the city of Vineland. Thank you. I think the Bible says the children will lead us, and I thank you all for your social activism and hope to see more from all of you, and thank you, Mr. Porter, for everything that you do.
Good evening, everybody. Steve Lewis, Vineland, New Jersey. I was here when this group of young people came. They had an idea. They came to City Council, right? City Council listened to them. Let this be a lesson to you. If you have something in your city that you want to change, don't talk about it. Come here, voice your opinion to this City Council. Get other young people involved. The only reason or any way that this city is going to get better, if young people today get involved with politics, they come, you voice your opinion, you keep coming. If you want something, you keep coming until you get it. And that's one of the most important lessons you learn. Thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Go Hollywood.
I'm Chris Wilson. First and foremost, I want to thank City Council for this measure of just making this historic dedication happen. I want to thank Mr. Porter and his African American Experience class and you young ladies and young men for coming up with being a part of this and this idea to implement in our city. As you heard today, this is long overdue. And to be a part of this historic moment in this community is just phenomenal. I want to thank Dr. President Arthur of the City Council for endorsing this, and Councilman Vargas for speaking on this as well, and the rest of the council for being down with this movement of this dedication. I will say this, I'm hoping that we can extend the street all the way to East Avenue, if that's a possibility. I think the fact that M.L. King is a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and I think Jenny and someone else talked about it nationally, recognize he's second to none in this community and in the nation. So I'm hoping if there's a possibility that we can extend it from west to east, or the whole entire boulevard if we went from the mall to Newfield. That's just my opinion. But no, seriously, this is just big. Paul, Ron, David, Mr. Vargas, Council President, thank you. Thank you. This is something where my little 5-year-old and my 16-year-old will be proud to say that this street rides right by their great-grandfather's building, their Uncle Sam's pool. So, again, thank you.
Good evening. My name is William Turner, and I am a resident of Vineland. I stand as a proud dad today. I was one of the young people who were part of the Martin Luther King Academy. My mother had 9 children, and we didn't have a lot of summer activities, but it was Mr. Porter in the Martin Luther King Academy that came by and picked us up every day during the summer to give us something to do to stay out of the streets. And because of that, I was better for it, got a better education, and in a position where I could take care of my family. So today I stand proud. I want to say I'm encouraged by these young people. I want to thank Mr. Porter for all the work he's done, Chris Wilson, all the work, everyone, the work that they have done. We look around our country, the streets that have MLK Way are not the streets that have the most resources. But we want to make sure that today is a proud day and that we make sure this street, we're going to see great things on it. So young people, keep doing your thing. Brother, keep reading. Even if you stumble on a couple of words, hey, it's not easy being up here, but the work you're doing, keep doing it. All right, and I want to leave you with this one quote from MLK. When I wasn't sure if I should go to the NBA or go get a job teaching, he said, go get a job teaching. And I sat in New York City at the convention center. There was a quote, and I'll never forget it. It said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in moments of conflict and controversy. Dr. MLK Jr. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to comment at this time? No one else? Mr. Franchetta?
Madam Dr. President, I present ordinance number 2023-42, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Security Guard, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion. Ordinance number 2023-42 be taken up for public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So moved.
I second.
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-42? No one? Mr. Franchetta? Oh, Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-42 be closed.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-42 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved.
I second.
Any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Councilman Acosta?
Nay.
Councilman Franceschini?
No.
Councilman Spinelli?
No.
Councilman Vargas?
Nay.
Dr. Arthur?
No.
Ordinance number 2023-42, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Security Guard. With a vote of 5 noes, this ordinance is defeated. I present ordinance number 2023-43, ordinance authorizing the sale of Block 2902, Lot 12, Block 2902, Lot 13, and Block 2903, Lot 24, to the Vineland Development Corporation to be developed and sold as low and/or moderate income housing, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-43 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So moved.
I second.
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2023-43? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2023-43 be closed.
So moved.
I second.
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-43 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved.
I second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli? Yes. Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-43. Ordinance authorizing the sale of Block 2902, Lot 12, Block 2902, Lot 13, and Block 2903, Lot 24 to the Vineland Development Corporation to be developed and sold as low and/or moderate income housing. With a vote of 5 yeas, this ordinance is hereby adopted.
Franchetta, please submit ordinance number 2023-43 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I present ordinance number 2023-44, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-44 be taken up for the first reading.
So moved.
I second.
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2023-44. Ordinance authorizing the acquisition of easements necessary to reestablish the stormwater flow across under properties to the south of 141 Sheridan Avenue to a culvert under Burns Avenue and an uncoated tributary further to the south.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2023-64 be passed for first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, August 8th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved.
I second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur? I present resolution number 2023-347.
Can I ask you?
Oh.
Just 1 minute, please. Resolution 361.
361? Sure. We'll move out of consent. Resolution number 2023-361. Resolution recognizing Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. as one of the most prominent leaders in advancing civil rights and combating racial inequality by authorizing signage on Plum Street entitled Dr. M.L. King Jr. Way, and further recognizing students from Vineland High School who presented this request to City Council.
Yes.
I can read it into the record.
Yes.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
wish. Resolution reads, whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist minister and activist who was once one prominent leaders in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination on April 4, 1968, advanced civil rights through nonviolent resistance, and in 1963 he delivered the I Have a Dream speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, all of which led to pivotal legislative gains in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968. And whereas on October 14th, 1964, Dr. King won the Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial inequality, was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1977 and the Congressional Gold Medal in 2003. And whereas Quishan Dixon, Ashley Dinshaw, Isabel Mez, and Derek Tribbett represented Vineland High School student body in their community in requesting City Council dedicate a portion of Plum Street to be recognized as Dr. M.L. King Jr. Way in honor of the great civic contributions made by Dr. King in changing laws in furtherance of civil rights for people of color. And whereas City Council wishes to recognize the acts of Dr. King and his sacrifice in civil rights movement in furtherance of racial equality in the United States, and further to recognize the Vineland High School students who presented this request to City Council on behalf of their school and their community. Now therefore be it resolved, the Council of the City of Vineland, that in recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., signs shall be placed atop of the official street signs on Plum Street from West Avenue to the Boulevard, designating that section as Dr. M.L. King Jr. Way. Be it further resolved that the City Council commends Quishan Dixon, Ashley Dinshaw, Isabel Mayes, and Derek Tribbett for taking part in this such designation recognizing Dr. King and for their pride in their community. Adopted July 25, 2023.
Chair entertains a motion to approve Resolution 361.
So moved. I second.
Is there any discussion by council on this?
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None.
Councilman Acosta.
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini.
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli.
Yes.
Councilman Vargas.
Before I vote, I just want to thank the kids for coming out. Today's a special day. Today's a very special day. It's history being made here in Vineland, and we should never forget it. Those children today, I should say young adults, they're our future, and we can never forget that. And many of our children will go by that street and question that. Hey, they never forgot about us, and that's what we're here to. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now my vote. Sure, yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Porter and your students, thank you. God bless.
Madam Dr. President, I present resolution number 2023-347, a resolution recognizing Rosalia Gonzalez upon retiring from public service effective August 1, 2023.
Chair entertains a motion to approve the resolution 2023-347.
So moved. Second.
All those, is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
None. Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli? Yes. Councilman Vargas? And Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Bottom of page 5. Present resolution number 2023-348, a resolution recognizing Jeanette Rodriguez upon retiring from public service effective August 1, 2023.
Chair entertains a motion to approve resolution 2023-348.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion?
None. Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Skeeny?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli? Yes. Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Sorry.
The following items are to be considered in the consent agenda. Resolution number 2023-349, A resolution authorizing filing an application with the U.S. Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance for funding under the fiscal year 2023 Local Justice Assistance Grant Program and authorizing a shared services agreement between the City of Vineland, City of Millville, City of Bridgeton, and County of Cumberland for such funding. Resolution number 2023-350. Resolution requesting the approval of the Director of the Division of Local Government Services to establish a dedicated trust by rider for donations for the City of Vineland Senior Center in the trust fund in accordance with NJSA 40A:4-39. Resolution number 2023-351. A resolution authorizing the execution of a letter of agreement between the County of Cumberland and the City of Vineland for administration of a grant to the Vineland Municipal Alliance. Resolution number 2023-352. A resolution granting permission to the Vineland Police Department to conduct a public display of fireworks on August 1, 2023, between 9 o'clock p.m. and 11 o'clock p.m. at the Vineland High School Complex, Cheston Avenue and Brewster Road. Resolution number 2023-353. A resolution authorizing the issuance of an mandatory supplemental change order number 1 in the amount of $9,900 even to a professional services contract number C22-0052 issued to Adams, Raymond, and Hagen Associates Incorporated, Hamilton, New Jersey. Resolution number 2023-354. Resolution exercising option to extend contract C19-0092 for supply of natural gas for the Vineland Municipal Electric Utility Simple Cycle Gas Turbine. Resolution number 2023-355. A resolution authorizing the purchase of uniforms from Cintas Corporation Number 2, Aston, PA, in a total amount not to exceed $29,682 even, pursuant to a national cooperative pricing agreement with Omnia Partners. Resolution number 2023-356. A resolution awarding a negotiated contract to Kendall Electric, Conshohocken, PA, for VMEU meter testing equipment. Resolution number 2023-357. A resolution awarding an open-end contract to Monarch Boiler Construction Company, Incorporated, Blackwood, New Jersey, for pressure piping fabrication and install projects for the Vineland Municipal Electric Utility in the amount of $122,554 even. Resolution number 2023-358. A resolution approving charge against various land for land clearance and authorizing said charge to become a lien upon such land and to be added to and become a part of the taxes to be assessed and levied upon such land. Resolution number 2023-359. A resolution providing and authorizing the payment of bills and demands against the City of Vineland. Resolution number 2023-360. Resolution acknowledging the receipt of the City of Vineland, County of Cumberland, Vineland Public Library audit report for the year ending December 31, 2022, and authorize the same to be received and filed with the City Clerk and Chief Finance Officer. Resolution number 2023-362. Resolution authorizing the qualified purchasing agent of the City of Vineland Authority to award certain contracts without the necessity of action of the governing body for the calendar year 2023 in accordance with NJSA 40A:11-3. Resolution number 2023-363. A resolution authorizing the execution of a professional services agreement by and between Siemens Energy Incorporated, Houston, Texas, and the City of Vineland for fall outage support for Unit 11 and Clayville generating stations in an amount of $499,826.74 pursuant to a long-term service agreement. Resolution number 2023-364. Resolution authorizing the execution of a professional services agreement by and between the law firm of Damon G. Tyner, LLC, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, and the City of Vineland for representation in regards to cannabis licensing in the city. I have the following reports of the various departments for the month of June 2023. Request to be received and filed. Any communication from Mayor Anthony R. Fanucci appointing Doug Menz as Class 4 member of the Planning Board filling an unexpired term vacated by the resignation of Stephen Plevins, which expires December 31, 2026.
Chair entertains a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
I second.
Is there any discussion from council on this motion? None?
Councilman Acosta?
Yes.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Councilman Spinelli? Yes. Councilman Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Thank you. And at this time, we'll have comments from council. Franceschini?
Franceschini, yes.
Mr. Ron?
Yeah, who? I just want to congratulate our Vineland High School students for championing this historic project. You know, if you want something done, you have to do your homework, you have to have all your facts, and then you have to speak up. And that's what you did. And you were able to do that in under 5 minutes, not like Mr. Porter, but that's a whole nother story. Also, I wish that Mr. Chris Wilson was here, because I don't know if anything was told to him, but we're talking about another street named after someone, and it would be called Where is Wilson Way? I think it's catchy, and we'll see what happens. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman Acosta?
How do you follow that?
Does take a lot of time.
Wow. Anyway, I want to thank the students first and foremost, because their comments were rather moving, and to see you come before this panel, which is rather intimidating, and make your presentation was greatly appreciated. I hope in the next couple of days you get some water, go to the pool, because it will be hot. Take advantage of it. Good luck, students.
Councilman Vargas?
Again, thank you for coming out in support of what you believe in, and you stepped up to the plate, and we supported it, and we continue to support anything that has to do with that, you guys at the high school. So, Mr. Porter, thank you for leading in this and believing in the kids, and again, I call you kids, but you're young adults already. So, good luck, and we'll see you that day when you unveil it. Thank you. Again.
I just want to add that there are two individuals in my life that were very important, and they were very close friends of mine, and I'm sure that if they were here today, they would be extremely proud. That's Mr. Kermit Bruner and his wife, Mrs. Bruner, because they were very influential, and I know that they were responsible in getting the center. And the other one was one of my closest friends, Ed Harvard. May he rest in peace.
Thank you. Councilman Spinelli?
Can't be said enough, because we need these young people. We need a whole room full of them like this, that are active, that are smart, and that aren't afraid to come forward with their ideas. I'm an ex-teacher, so and I taught government and a whole bunch of other things, and it's very hard to get up here. And we're the least of the intimidated people, to be very honest with you, because we're pretty easy to get along with. David's hard to get along with. And he brought up Ed Harvard, who was a very good friend of mine as well, for a better part of 40 years. And he's missed, and he'd be proud of all of you. So, you know, and Kermit Bruner as well, who I knew through the referee organization, because I was still in it after 48 years. So, and that's where Albert and I actually met and became friends. And it was hard to become friends with Albert then, because he was very, very, very vocal as a coach. But make sure you get everybody you can to come out to the putting up of the signs and things of that nature, the dedication, double what was here. And because these are historic times in this city, and they're proud times for all of us, not just you, for us as well up here. We pride ourselves in being as inclusive as we possibly can. Albert knows he can come anytime and talk. Chris does. We talk to him all the time. You don't always get what you want, but if you don't bring it forward, you never get what you want. All right? And we try to work it so that we can at least hear it, talk about it, discuss it, and come up with a reasonable answer. And that's all you can expect people to do. So thank you very much, guys. If you got any other ideas, we're open. So bring them forward. A lot of stuff going on. There was a concert at Champetro Park this last week. Best of the Eagles. About 350 people there. It's free. There's another one coming up. It's a Journey concert, and I believe there's another one coming up after that. I don't know what it is. It's free. Get your friends out. It's a beautiful night. You sit, you listen to music, you eat, you have ice cream, you whatever you want. No alcohol. But thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Well, I want to commend.
I do have one more thing, especially
Now,
since
that's
you
your
started
last
it.
one. No.
The festival is this weekend.
Yes. He throws me off every time. I am extremely proud of the students, extremely proud. You don't know how much I am just amazed at you, because I've taught at the college, and there's sometimes students will not do what you ask them to do. They don't even come close, but you were courageous enough to step up and do the assignment Mr. Porter asked you to do. And I have always wanted students to be involved in this process of city government since I've been here on this, on council. One of the things I hope someday that we will do is actually have a junior city council, that you will be able to come and give us some ideas that will help improve our city, improve the quality of life here. So thank you for what you've done today, what you presented to us back a few months ago. I can't say enough about that. Each one of you quoted one of Dr. King's quote, and I know that Ms. Denshaw is not here. She's the 4th student, so to her I want to extend thank you as well. But you know, when Dr. King did his speech, I Have a Dream, back in 1963, I think it was, he talked about, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And you 4 certainly have given us a good example of what that content is all about. So thank you. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in whatever you endeavor to do. And if there's anything this council person can do, and I'm sure the rest of them would say, that we can do for you, please come and ask us. You make us proud. Thank you. Also, David did mention about the Puerto Rican Festival, but we have National Night Out coming up as well, and the concerts Paul also mentioned. And also there is a Movies Under the Clouds, I think, on Thursday evenings here, right on the corner. So you may want to look at the website. One of these days we'll have a community calendar so that you can see all those things at a month's glance as well. But thank you for what you do. And if there's nothing further, Chair entertains a motion to adjourn the regular meeting.
So move.
I second.
Councilman Acosta?
See.
Councilman Franceschini?
Yes.
Nelly? Yes. Councilman Vargas?